You when you got started, you had the foundation of your father and your mother there. Um, so a lot of people now are looking into real estate without any foundation. They didn't get to see how it was done. They didn't get to work side by side with someone. So, what do you recommend they do?
So, and I feel like what I'm talking about, even though my focus and my family's focus has been on real estate, this is universal. My grandmother was a lifelong domestic, was just a fancy word for a maid. My grandfather was a carpenter. Out of this little bitty 2-bedroom house, during those economic hardships and segregation times, they raised a federal judge. They raised my aunt, who was the first African American flight attendant Alaska Airlines would hire and retire. My mom's one brother is producer Quincy Jones. I mean, they raised excellence out of nothing. And it's because it was instilled in them, like you said, we've all heard to get up and get on it.
Hmm.
It's the ability. I really hope that the listeners will understand that we all have the ability to change the narrative despite what your birth circumstance dictated. I mean, I still drive by that little 2-bedroom house that all of my relatives came out of pretty much every day. And it's a reminder that, you know what, had they not knew that they had the capability to change the narrative, it would have been a lot different story.
That is so true, and I think some of us were lucky enough to see the narrative being changed. Uh, my aunt was my uncle was a leading civil rights attorney, Supreme Court twice, and actually won in favor of African Americans. So it's when you see stuff like that, you know it can be done. It's just that we don't seem to be able to see that now, even when in social media. You have to you have to scroll through so much to see people like you who are doing things like you're doing. So I want to thank you for doing it, and I want to thank you for being involved in all of the organizations that you're in, because not only do we need to see it,